the whole thing. Yeah, I'm gonna start slow today, very slow. And actually, I just let's say I'm not going to demo everything, right? It is supposed to be your in the video project, and you have like 3 or 4 days to finish it, so you can take your time. Uh, this lab, I'm just gonna show you how to define the model for referencing relationship or the referencing approach. I also show you how to run the queries for referencing approach. Also, I show you how to like just do a couple of more things, little things, because for backend you have to worry about like you have to handle every cases. Not it's not like front end, right? Backend is more about logic, and because of that you have to handle very little details. Right, let me turn on my screen and recording. And I need some materials here. That's too much for me. Oh my god. What? I'm recording? That's weird. I'm gonna start my screen. Right. As you can see here, this is a. I'm gonna keep working on the our yesterday project, and I will leave the weekend project to you. I'm not gonna do it in the demo. Instead, I will use the old project to demo how to add a new model and how to use referencing approach in that model and how to run queries. Right. So let's go. This one, I just make a new copy of our yesterday application. I'm gonna delete it, close, and cd outside. I have a couple of folder here. I want to delete the folder I just created just now. Remove rf new book. All right, I'm gonna create that again. So here's a command to copy everything from this folder and duplicate it or create a new folder with the same content. So it's gonna be copy and R. I'm gonna copy this folder here, make a new folder, book. You don't have to do what I'm doing, and just showing you how to use the command lines. I'm gonna copy and make a copy of this folder and create a new name for it. It's gonna be new book, a Saturday book. No, it's just new book. It's okay. Wait a couple of minutes. So fast, and then go inside new book. Everything is the same. It's the same. Everything inside here is the same as this folder. So basically, just make a copy. So now I can open my code editor. You see my face? No. Where the hell is my face? Right. Wait, what? I think I opened the wrong one. Again. What? I expect to see the files. What the hell? So I'm gonna close my code here. Right, and then start again. That's weird. Right. Something wrong with the code, VS Code, so I just quit it and open it again. So here everything is where we left at yesterday, right? Nothing new. And the model is the same. We have user, we have book, we have author, anything. I'm just gonna create a new model. So what I'm doing here is I'm gonna delete this one. I will go to my application here, and and delete all the comment down here. First thing, I'm gonna add a new feature. For example, the whole purpose here is just showing you how to define the model and how to run queries. Add a new feature, and that feature is gonna be review. You also have review in your tour app. Okay, so we're gonna have review. What is review here? Review on books, right? So each book will have reviews, and each review should have, for example, to make it easy, just contain user, the one who reviewed, right? The one who reviewed the book, and the content, right? That's it. Make it easy. User and content, right? So the first step, we should create. First step, create model with relationship. Right? Second, route and controller. So what's the first one? The first one is gonna be I had this view. The first one is gonna be create a new review, right, for a book. So here I'm gonna 2A, create a new review for a book. To do this, we have to check. We have to check if the book exists or not, right? We have to check if the book exists or not. We also need the user ID and the book ID in order to create a new review. So what do we need? Need user ID and book ID. The user ID, if we use the auth here, the auth middleware here, we actually already have the user ID, right? It's inside request.user. Oh shit, Juris, I think you already have this, right, Juris? At least you have the okay, nice, good. And also the book ID here. So the user will provide the book ID, the client will provide the book ID, and our job is to make sure the book ID is correct. Sorry. Okay. You have to make sure the book ID is correct. And 2.b, after everything is done, we just create. Let me see. Create a book. Oh yeah, just write into our database. Write to our database, and then we return. We return what? We return the object, the new object that includes the book information and the review information as well. Book and review info, data or data. So that's it. Right? We are gonna implement this feature, but this time we're gonna use referencing approach. And let's go. We can go with this. Yeah, just a little bit new things that we need to pay attention to. The rest would be like similar. All right, let's first start with creating a new model. So we have to delete the book object. No, just we delete the data only. We delete the data. Let's delete the data. How do I delete the data? I forgot. Connect. Oh shit. Connect. And look at this. Go away. Copy. Right. So I'm gonna delete everything here. I'm gonna delete. Delete book. Yeah, delete the books. You actually don't have to though, but just to make sure we delete the books. I don't know which database is book demo. Book demo. Okay, I have no books here. right? I have notebooks to make sure I will delete the user as well. All right, user is here, author is here. Why the hell is name 1111? Doesn't make any sense to me. I'm gonna delete right. And genre, I'm gonna leave genre here. Why? Shit. No! Why everything is gone? Right, we have to create new genres later. Okay, I'm gonna leave this window open. Go back to our code, and we will start with the model. Okay, the model. Create a new model called review. Okay. Actually, you don't do this project though. You will have a new project. Yeah, according to the lab. If you look at the lab, you're gonna have a new project. But I don't want to demo on that. I want to demo on this. So because you already know how the app works here, right? So it makes more sense to you if I do it here. So same thing. I'm gonna call mongoose. There's nothing new. Mongoose, and then call schema equal to mongoose schema. And what do we have? I forgot. We have user and content. We have user here, and something called content here, right? So I know how to define content. Just so simple. Type string, right? Require or not? Yes. Review need content, right? What else? The review should not be less than 10 characters, for example, mean length, right? It should not be unique, right? This is something so simple. We already know how to do it. Okay, now here come the problems. So how do we define the relationship here? User is going to be something called type. It's not going to be a name or an object anymore. It's going to be some special type. I don't remember how to name it, but let's go. Mongoose type, schema type or something. Schema type. No. Mongoose type something. I forgot. Shit. Let's go up on milestone 1 on how to define it. Okay, it's called something called mongo.schema.objectId. Yes, mongo.schema.objectId. Right. If you take a look at the lab here, why do I have to? Right. What is this? Oh, this is my. Right, here we go. First thing here, I will show you how to. Actually, you got this one from the documentation, right? You have the type, you have the reference, and is it required or not? Yes, it requires. So I will explain this. What the hell is this? Basically, it's kind of like an object, but this object is object ID. So basically, it's just a string, right? And the second one is very important. It's a reference to which collection you want to point to. For example, this user should point to our user collections, right? Model, right? That's why we name it user here. So if I name the user with plurals here, I will have to change to plurals, right? So now I just use user because I name it user. Where is it? Oh, here. All right. It's require. That's it. All right. This just you need to just need to change the two. All right, and then and then you have another you will have another option here. So basically, we haven't learned anything about this. So by here you can have timestamp, true. What is it? It basically it will show you the time you created the document or the time you update the document. It's gonna be like this. I'm gonna open the tool. Uh, hmm, maybe this. Right. Let's see. Get categories. Oh shit. Oh god, I haven't started. Let's go use another one. Book API. Right. See this. Mm, 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 this. Shit, I think it's not. This one is correct. Sorry. Right. Oh, so for Heroku, you like the first time you send a request, it's gonna take like a couple of seconds to wake up. So here we don't have the time. I'm so sorry. Let's go to user. No. All right. Read the books. You should see some timestamp here. Holy shit. I actually hide it. Sorry. So here, the timestamp here, you will see something like the created ad and updated ad. You have two free fields, right? Mongoose create for you. And so you need two more fields to JSON. And one more is a to object. So yesterday, these are the two options that belong to the methods. Yesterday I talked about Mongoose will under the behind the scene it will use run these two methods for us to pass the JavaScript object into a JSON object, right? And two object is like to only show the how to say only show the public keys or the public fields or yeah, just the public fields or just the fields that belong to the instance. So you have I have a couple of explanation in the lab here. If you want to read, right? And here is like you have virtual here. Is, I will explain virtual again. True virtual virtual. So why is it underscore here? In other words, yep. Right. So virtual here, like behind the scenes, Mongoose will create some virtual kind of like a virtual object. In that virtual object, we can define the logic, what we want to show, what we don't want to show. For example, if you only have, for example, in the user object here, you have a first name and last name. So in the virtual object, you can create a logic like full name, and the full name will be first name equal plus last name, something like that. So basically, it will generate more data for you, and those data are actually stored directly in the database, but is created by combining the data inside your database. So that's why they call virtual. You may use, you may not use it, but you put it here doesn't hurt. Just put it there. These are the options, some kind of like default options, right? So next, we are gonna define the model. What's the name of the model? Review equal to schema model. No, mongoose. Sorry. Dot model, and the name of the model is gonna be review, comma schema. Right. Export it. Model dot export equal review. Right. The new thing here is these two lines and the options here. The options here, just put it there. It doesn't have. You can have it in different different schema here. All right. So we define the relationship between, no, it's not relationship. It's just a reference. It's just a reference. There's no relationship yet. It's just a reference. So from user, we will, oh shit, how do I say? Right. So whenever the mongoose query this object, this document, we will do one more step to get the information, the user information based on the ID here. So for now, let's go, let's test our application here. Let's create a review with a user ID and see what happened. And I will show you the query later. Create, first step is done. Let's say first step is done. Not really done, but yeah, almost. Second step, create the route and the controller. Route and controller, route, and what is it? Reviews, right? And we are trying to create a new review, so I'm gonna call it post create review, and I want to use authentication on this route, right? So I'm gonna import it. Const create review equal require, right? So small, so hard to see, right? And we change this one to review controller, for example. And then we have to create a controller. Yes, I mean that. Right, in here, nothing new. We export the function. Oh my god, this keyboard. Export the function called create review, and that's gonna be a function. This function will have request and next, right? And this one is gonna be async. So right now I'm trying to create a new review using Postman. So const, what do I const here? User ID. Now we already have user ID using the auth. What else do we have? The user have to create this one, right? No, this. Yes, looks so right. I'm gonna create a new folder called review. Inside review, shit. All right, inside review, I'm gonna create a new request. Post create request review. Sorry, a review, and this create review is gonna be post request, and the URL is same. Reviews. Save. And the body needs to have raw JSON. It needs a body. I'm gonna say contain. What did I say? What do you call it? I forgot. Contain and user. All right. Contain equal to this is the first review. All right, shit. I forgot one more thing here. It's very important. I actually have it here, but I forgot. Oh, not here. One more thing. A review must belong to a book, right? It needs to belong to a book ID. So we need the book ID as well. So I'm gonna say, for example, I'm gonna say this is the first review and book ID. Book ID equal to, I don't know. I don't have any book yet, so I'm gonna put a string here. Else, user, we don't need to send the user because we already have the token, and the token will represent us. So don't need that. Now let's create a book first. I need to register. Register, and me is Khoa. Shit, wrong. Sorry, wrong, wrong local, wrong environment. And I haven't started my server yet. So npm run dev. What? What now? Cannot find module CLI. I guess I have to install again. npm dev. Check your object here. I'm gonna delete the not module to make sure the not module is correct. And yeah, npm. And also when you delete not module folder, remember to also delete this file, package.json log. Delete it. Right, I'm gonna run npm install again. This kind of problem you will like see a couple of times. So now this time is installed longer, much longer. Okay. Right. npm run dev. I hope it works. Right, it does work. So now route pause require callback function but got an object instead. So we fail right here. If you trace the stack here, take a look. Take a look at the error. Right, this is the name, the error name, error type, error name, and you have to trace. Right, you have to trace down. I don't understand this. I don't create this file. I don't create this file, but I do something in here. If you can see, if you look at the name app.js inside new book, which is the file we created. Okay, something wrong in there. This line, line 56, row 2, column 2. What the hell? Line 56, column 2. Line 56, column 2, app.js. Sorry, I have this table. All right. Again, line 56, column 2, 56, column 2. Mean it's a fail right here. I think I haven't saved it, and I haven't returned anything. Shit. I need to return something. Request, response, and respond dot status, for example, 200. And JSON status. Okay, and then data is a random string, right? And I'm gonna come out this side, and I hope it works. Okay, our app runs. So basically, you look at the stacks and find out the files that you created. And okay, this is where it's all wrong. Line 56, line 56, and actually on that line you call the function and you call the function. Right? This function is correct. I haven't touched it, but I just created this function, and the function was not completed, so I had to go back and change it. Right, so now when I send a request, I expect to see something. Oh shit. So this account already exists in our database. Yes. So as you can see here, Khoa is here, right? So now I'm gonna log in with Khoa. Khoa, what's the password? I don't remember. What the hell is this? Oh, this is not the from. Okay, I'm gonna close everything here because the name looks so similar. I don't save. I'm gonna open this one. Right. If you look at the route, it was different. So I'm gonna log in with Khoa and the password with a 1, 2, 3. Right. Yeah, correct me. And here's the token, and this token is gonna be inside. Not yet. So I had to do something else. No, it's not here. It's gonna be if pm dot response status equal to 100, then we will do something. What do? We will set the token as a global variable. And if you take a look at the setting here, authorization, all right. So I'm going to use a bearer token, PME postman. It's postman. PM stand for postman. This one, this two. Update it, right? The authorization will inherit the auth from the parent. So in here, I'm gonna create a test. I forgot the syntax. It's different, a little bit different here. PM dot set or something. I forgot. There's a couple of results here. Actually, I Googled that shit. If you take a look at my example here, yeah, it stands for Postman, meaning this code only used for Postman. It doesn't work anywhere else. It's only for Postman. If you go to the docs, you see how they show you how to use it. So basically, PM environment, and you set it just like your local host. Okay, I'm gonna go back and here PM environment set, and you want to set a key name called what was it? Auth token. Shit, my memories. We call it token. All right, I call it token. Be careful with the name token. It's so like general. Postman may use it already. We don't know yet. So now we need to read at pm.response dot respond dot I think body. Yeah, JSON. You have to change. You have to JSONify the body. JSON. In JSONify the body. This is the body, and you have to JSONify the body, and you will look at the data, right? I think that's it. Yeah. If that. Okay. Log in again. There's nothing wrong with the test. Test is correct. What environment is it? Is this? If you take when you set it, and then you can check your local host. You should have it here now. Let's say I don't know. Just create a new book and see. Create a new genre first. We have no genre here. All right. There's no genre. Can make from bigger. Right. I'm gonna create a new genre. Romance. Yes. Science. Yes. And fiction. Right, so now we're gonna create a new book, create a new book, and we need to use the. Do we have any author yet? Man, my database is gone. Everything's gone. Shit, I need to create a new author. Let's say and send it. Right, so I have the ID here. I create a new. Where is it? I create a new book. Create a new book with the name my first book. Author is Khan, and the genre is I don't know. Say it again. Get either one of them. Romance. Right. Create a new book. Fail. Unauthorized, meaning the token is wrong. You take it. The headers authorization. Oh shit! Why the hell would I put it here like this? Right. Send again. Fail. How there's a duplicate header and will be generated by hostman. Yes, please. Shit, I need to log in again. Right. If everything is correct, this token should the why is it red? take a look at the settings, authorization, we call token. What should we use? I forgot. Right, so there's no variable here. That's so weird. Fix it. Go and check my other stuff. Log in here. The test is correct, right? Respond.json and everything is right. pm.respond.code. Wait. Shit. Right, sorry. So pm.respond.code, not status. Okay, log in, and then I'm gonna go here, create a new can is okay, can is done. Say create a new book. Fail. My God. Inherit from the parent. Send it again. Shit. So the token is not sending. Right. So I'm gonna test it again. One more time. Right. I'm gonna change the name. Where is it? Edit. Let's change the name here. The token is so dangerous. All token, right? Update, and then in the setting, in the login setting here, I change it to one auth token. Login again. Please work. No, it doesn't work. Why? Help me! Oh my God. I'm gonna check this one. Auth login, set auth token, PM JSON respond data. If yes, nothing wrong. And if you take a look at the setting here, not here, you can see auth token, and now it's orange. Why is it orange? Why is it orange? And here's red. Oh, it's orange now. So I think it's good. That's weird. Log in again, please. Now you can pause login. Oh, it's not this one. This one. All right. Did you see anything wrong here? I think everything is the same. And you create a book using the token. Holy shit, maybe. I don't think you have to though, but just close this one. Don't save. Open again, create a book. And shit, this one is still here. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it open, and then I'm gonna say, shit, I need to get genre again. This genre and this author. Send it. Unauthorized. All right, I'll get back to it later. Now, for now, just hack out the key. I'm gonna hack out it, make it fast. All right, so this is your key. Copy the key, put it in here. Bearer. Wait, do I use bearer at all? Oh, guys, I remember now. I didn't have the auth working. I haven't did it yesterday. I just showed you how to do it, but I didn't have it. So let me do it quickly. I'm gonna copy somewhere. Shit. If you take a look at my auth here, where is it? There's nothing. That's why you always see fail. Right, so I'm gonna head to the lab here. Man, Right, I'm gonna copy the whole thing here. Do I have it? Can anyone like copy and paste the auth here? I need help. I need help. Quick, 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 quick. I forgot about it. Here, actually, it's right here. Back to the code. The auth. Where is it? Auth and yeah. So basically, this one is empty. Right. I'm gonna say bearer code school. So now I need to change this one to process. What was the token? Process dot env dot secret, right? Blah blah blah. Save, save, save. All right, I'm gonna save, and we have to stop the server. Start again. Oh, you can actually see the token. The token does roll through. If you take a look at this, the log here, we actually have the token, but I didn't have the auth here. All right, everything's fine, I guess. Test again. Waste too much time on that. Shit. Okay, now I need to log in. Okay. Let's say I create a new book. Con jwt equal request require JSON web token, right? What else do we need? User we already have here, and yeah, hope so. Right, start again. Right, so now it works. So all the setup is correct, but I didn't have the code yet. All right, so now we can create a new book, and let's say I want to create a new review for this book. I'm going to copy the ID of this book, right? Copied it, and in here in the review, I'm going to create a new review raw JSON. Where is my I remember I already did this, right? So where is it? So again, book ID is this one, and the content is my first review, and that's it. Let's just send it. All right. Okay, we got some random thing here. Go back to the code. So the route worked, and where was it? Review controller. So now we need to read them. We need to read it. Cons book ID, comma content request for right. Next step. Next step, we want to use the book ID to check if that book exists. Right. So we can do everything in here, and let's do it. We can do it in a middleware. Let's do it in the middleware right away. So we have auth. What else do we have? We're gonna have one more thing called check book, right? Or validate book, something. Validate book, so something like that. So I create another middleware, and I'm gonna import in the same place. I'm gonna copy this, and actually this one should be inside the middleware. It should not be inside the review. So I'm gonna create a new folder called middleware or utils. Man, just rename it to middleware. Middleware, right? Inside the middleware, I'm going to create a new file called checkbook.js. Inside here, I'm going to export it. Export module export. I think just call it first, and then call function and checkbook, validate book. Okay, this function is going to be async because we're gonna call something in the database. Request, we have request, respond, and we also have next. Okay, and at the last minute we are gonna connect. We export it. Module dot export equal validate book. All right, so we have a middleware now. We need to import it. So shit, too many lines. Cons, and I'm gonna say validate book. Validate book equal to require. Where do you want to import? We inside app, so it's gonna be middleware source, then middleware, and where is it? Checkbook, right? So we can use this middleware right here, and then I'm gonna check cons book ID equal to request apply, right? The reason why we use this as a middleware is because in the future or later on, if you do it, you will have more routes. Where am I? You will have more route. For example, you will have more route that is put, right? And you don't want to repeat the same code, so you're gonna do something like this: validate book to make sure the book exists in order to update it. Then you have a something, for example, something else. For example, this. I don't know. For now, just leave it like that. And if cons, we're gonna use book cons book equal to request to book dot find by ID, right? So we need to import book cons book equal to require. Where is it? Go up one level, model, and then books, right? So we use book to find the correct book. If there's no book, what do we do? If there is no book, so this is just a middleware. We already know how to use it. So I'm gonna ask question. What should we have here? Return or respond or status for all for. And what do we say here? JSON. Well, actually, wait. What they say? JSON status fail, and we can say message error here. Say telling the user there is no search book. There is no book to search ID, right? Something like that. Meaning we cannot use the ID that the user provides us to find the book. Cool. If there is a book, what do we do? Else we will we could do something like the request the book equal to the book, but right now I don't know if that's necessary or not. Basically, we just skip to the next middleware. So for example, right now, no syntax error. If I create a new books and new reviews, I'm gonna use a very stupid ID here. See what happened. It's freeze. I forgot a way I seen, I think. Here's the error. Request and notify. Stop. Go back to the code. I actually called the request and notify. Where the hell is request? So I need a wait here. But referencing error, request is not defined, and if you look at the stack here, it say fail in review controllers on line 3. Go back to the code, review controller, line number 3, request is not defined. Yes, of course. It's sweet. this request. Right, I don't know why it throw an error there. Right, go back and let's go with Postman. I'm gonna send it again. Right, another error. There's a lot of error here. Cannot cast object ID for value here. So basically, it cannot use the ID that we provide to find the book. There are two reasons. There are two cases. If we provide this ID, right, this ID, and then we change just one number in there, I think we can change like D to E to A, for example. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna come in and stop it. Right, there is no short book with that, no book with short ID. But if you use some stupid, what was it? This one E, right? This is the correct ID. If you send something so stupid like this, you will see another error, and you see it here. This error basically it cannot pass this string into an ID string for inside MongoDB, Mongoose, and I already explained that in the lab, so you can scroll down and see it. So the good way to fix it, you can use try-catch. I forgot to use try-catch there. Where was it? Checkbook. So you have to use try-catch here. Try in order to capture all the error, right? In order to capture all the error, go in, and then you will say catch error or error, and then you will return something like that. Return status. It could be status 500, yes. Fail, error. I don't know. Or just error, error message, something like that, right? So we have to use try-catch in order to capture that. All right, go back and take a look at here. So this is the correct ID. I'm gonna use a bullshit ID here. Send it. So you see the error here, right? Cast object ID fail because we use some stupid ID. So we will learn how to handle this kind of error next week. But don't worry too much about it. Just try to console log it here. All right, so we change this one to A, and then we send again. So there is no short, there's no book for short ID. That's correct. Everything is fine now. Any question here? I'm gonna stop here like for a couple of seconds. And do you have any questions until now? I'm looking at your chat log now. Is it clear? Now can you like differentiate the two errors? This is our error, and this is MongoDB, Mongoose error, right? So I'm gonna say E here. So if I use E here, you should see, okay, everything is okay because we can find the book. So now next step, what is it? We have the book, we have the book ID as well as the book ID. So now next step is it's easy. Now we don't need this at all. We already have request dot book dot ID already. So we need this line. We also have oh, actually we don't have content. All right, format it. So next step, we want to create a review. Very simple. Const review equal await review dot create, right? And you have a couple of things here. What do we have? We have, as you can see here, we have user, content, and one more thing, book. Obviously, we need the book, and the book should be the same thing here. So I'm gonna copy everything here. paste here and change this one to book, right? So this one review should belong to one user and one book, right? That's a rule. And change this one to book model, right? Everything is the same, right? Correct. I'm gonna save. And here, what do we have? We have a contain. So you may have to do something like this to make it look better. Contain equal to contain, and then user what? User what? I've got user equal to request a user dot id, maybe, underscore id, and what else? Book request dot book dot id, right? You can use request dot body dot book dot body dot book id as well. It's okay. So now let's see what happened. We create, and then and let's say I want to return the review. Okay, create the review and then return it. So we need to use try and catch here to avoid our application freezing. I'm gonna put them down inside here and then try everything and catch error. And you can say I'm gonna return this. I don't know, just 500 fail. And this is error message, right? So basically it. Let's see what happened here on the terminal. There's nothing wrong. Go to Postman, create it. Review notify. Yes, exactly. I want to see that problem. Review notify. All right, sorry. Cause review equal require. Where is it? Model. And then review. Okay, again, nothing wrong. Check. Okay, I successfully create a new review, and as you can see here, we have created ad, right? We have updated ad, and we also have something called the ID here. ID here is very special. Just leave it there. Don't worry about it. It's the same thing, but this underscore ID is the special thing from Mongo, and this one is from this live code here. So basically, we also have created ad, which is very useful. We also have updated ad, very useful. For example, if you change the value, the timestamp here will change as well. But created ad will not change. So we have everything. So how do we get the correct information from the user in the book here? Actually, we don't need, when we create, we don't need it. But what if I want to see the reviews? So I'm going to create another round here. Add a new request. Read single review. Right? Inside this read single review, it's gonna be I'm gonna copy this, and we have the ID of the review, and which is this one. Right, so I want to see the single reviews. Oh guys, this is not a good REST API because reviews should belong to what? Answer chat on the chat, please. Quick. So you guys have more time to do this. Yes, review should belong to a book. So we should have something like this: book /id /review. That looks better, much better, right? So this is REST API. So we have to go back and change a little bit. I went too far. I jumped ahead, and I make mistake there. So I'm gonna fix my mistake. The book ID here, you don't put it in the JSON, but you put it in the route, right? There you go. And also this one, review here, you don't do it like this. You will go like books, and then the ID, and then you create the review for that book. Cool. So we delete this one, right? And the books here, this is create the book. Get a single books. I'm missing the S here. All right, so I'm not gonna send a request here yet. I'm gonna fix my code a little bit. So in this function, in this we need to fix this one first. We need to fix the order of the routes. So how do we fix it? We can go up here. Where the hell is book? All right, book is here. This one has to be at the bottom, and we will have these two. I'm gonna copy and paste here, and this one should be books slash the. I'm gonna call it the ID. Oh, the order does matter because it will check this route. If you put this route before this groups, it will check this and it match the condition. It will stop. It will stop looking. It's just the same as React router. No different here. There's no different. It will check this in order. Yes, from top to bottom. If it found the book here is matched, actually it doesn't have to match the whole like the whole string. As long as it's matched this, it may stop. It may stop. I'm not so sure, but it may stop. I mean, if it's matched, it will stop, and then this route will never be found. So basically, you want to put this one up here, and you look at the books, you look at the ID, you look at the reviews. Right, nice. What else? You also need authentication. You also need validate book. Everything is fine. Nothing different. But you have to go into your checkbook or validate. Why do I name it checkbook and here's a name validate book? Oh, shit. Right. Go inside this file. We need to change a little bit. So it's not body anymore. It's going to be params, right? The book ID here is going to be from the params, and the name is this dot EID. That looks so stupid, and you don't need this, right? So just fix that and everything will be okay. I'm gonna test again. I'm gonna test again by creating a new reviews. For example, my second review. Right, I'm gonna send. Right, second reviews is there. You can check your database, refresh, and look at the reviews. Oh, now you have 2 reviews, right? And if you take a look at the user here, is this too small? Right. If you take a look at the field user and the field book here, it is actually object ID, right? Object ID. It's good. It's what we want. And I don't know if you can look at the schema. Yeah, object ID, and this object ID should point to the, but you cannot find it here. All right, it's okay. All right, there are object ID, which is good. And I'm gonna go back to my route here. And the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new route and a controller to show all the reviews that belong to a book, or okay, all the reviews that belong to this book. So I'm gonna do this, and this one's gonna be get request, and I'm gonna change the name here with all reviews from a book. For example, make a name that clear with all review for a book, and go back to our code and our handler. And I think we need one more step here, one more method, get. Okay, get, right? Get, and we also need auth. We also have to check validate book, and I'm gonna read reviews. right? Import it, and I'm not gonna save it yet. It will throw error. Review controller. I'm gonna create a new function as well. Equal async, yes. Function. All right. Okay. So here, if we just want to see books, it's okay. We actually have books here. So we already have the books. So now we want to see on the reviews. We have two ways to do it. We can see like this. We can do cons reviews by equal to what? Cons review equal to review await review dot find, right? Something like this. And what do we want to find? What do we want to find? We want to find the few books here. Book here equal to what? Equal to the ID. I'm gonna copy this ID. Right. And oh shit, it should not be like that. Request dot book dot ID, right? Something like this. Then let's say I'm gonna return so okay, data reviews, right? And we have to use try, and this one's gonna be cat error. And I hate typing try and cut. 500, we don't know, so 500 because we already got against the book ID not found here, so we need one more. So this one is gonna be 500,000 because something unforeseen happened. I don't know. Status error message. Okay, that's gonna be it. Let's see what happened. Oh shit, I haven't saved this one. All right. So now I hope everything worked fine. Right? See, we got it. Cool. We got the two books that belong to no, two reviews that belong to this book. What if I create another book? Let's say I create another book. Create a book with the same author, but different title. Second book. Yes. Create a second book. Right. And I also create a new review. This review for this book. A new review for this book. My first review for second book, right? I agree. I send it. Okay, everything is fine. Now I read on review for book one. For I don't know the name of the book, but you should see two. Even though in your database you have three reviews. Refresh. Right. You have three reviews. It's so hard to see. All right, you have three reviews, but here you only show two because those two reviews belong to the books that we are using here, the ID here. All right. So what if I don't want to see the string here. This is so stupid, right? I want to see the who the user is and what the book detail is instead of seeing the ID. We can do something like this. Go back to the code. You can review controller. Here we can do something called populate. And if you take a look at the lab, I actually mentioned it. Scroll up. I forgot. Scroll up and scroll down. That's called populate here. So basically, you find everything and you have to populate them. Populate the relationship, and inside the populate, you have two ways to write. You have to kind of way to type to do the same thing. And here it is, right? and then you can go down, and then you can say populate. It's the same. If you put a dot here, it's the same with the dot in here. It doesn't matter. They are the same, right? They are the same. So you should put the dot down here. It makes more sense. It's easier to read. And you want to populate which field? What is populate? Populating means like you will go into, you run a loop. For example, here you have an array, right? Populate will go into each element here, and then it will find the field that you want to populate, like the field that you want to show query more. You run additional query. For example, you want to run additional query on user, also on book, and for the second element, you also run the same query for user and books. So basically, populating using populate method, it will help you to do that. It will go into the first element, find everything related to this ID, and as well as this ID, and we will skip to the next element, and we will do the same thing. Yeah, populating will slow down the process. Yes. So if you can, try to avoid populate as much as possible. Populating like yes, it's run more queries, and when running more queries, you're gonna slow your server, consume more computing power, more RAMs, more time. So there's a couple of matters there. Right. So go back to the code. No, we still have to populate, because if we don't populate, how does the user see this, right? How does the user see the information about user and books? We have to populate it. So that's the cons of using, when you use referencing, right? We already talked about this earlier in the morning. If you put an object here in your database, you just need to run one query and you have everything. If you put a reference here, you have to run additional queries. So that's pro and con. It's all about trade-off. So basically, you will have the field name here. So what is it? It's gonna be shit, my memory. It's gonna be user and book, user and book. So I'm gonna do the easy way first, user and book, and then you can test again. Holy shit! Now you see everything, right? Everything belongs to that user. To Khoa. This first book is from Khoa. Second book is also from Khoa. Yes, you see everything that I had inside the Khoa object, the document, right? For example, name, but you don't see password because we already hide password. we hide password right here. Man, talking about it is kind of like magic. We already hide the password here. Bam, right? Right. So now I don't want to see. I don't want to see the token as well. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see email. I just want to see ID and name. So I'm gonna do something like this. Go back to my review controller. So it takes two arguments. The first argument is the name of the field that we want to populate. The second argument is the field that we want to show inside it. For example, I only want to show ID only, and the name only, ID and name. Yes, I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna run it. Right. So now you can only see ID and name. Hope kind useful, right? It's very useful. What will speed things up? Oh wait, what did you say? What will speed up things? What is that? Yeah, it's had to correct. Right. So now for the the books here, I don't want to show. Right now you don't have the reviews that belong to the book, so you don't need to hide it. Yeah. So this is how what we want to show. Okay. There's another syntax for this. For example, you can do something like this. I'm gonna let's say I'm gonna do two things here differently. It's gonna be an object, and this object is gonna be a path to something. Path is this oh, books. Is it? Yeah, books. And comma, you can select. I think. I'm not sure, but it's kind of like select. I'm not sure. I need to go back and read the last. I actually said here, okay, select. You can do something like this here. So this another syntax. You can do this or you can do this. That's weird, right? So now you want to hide which field do you want to hide? I want to hide created at and updated at, for example, and also this shape. I don't want this shape to have a here. I'm gonna like say minus. Minus is like to remove it, and minus updated at, and minus underscore v, right? And let's take a look here. Postman. All right, I think it's gone. Right. Yes, it's gone. So you already removed created add from the book and updated add from the book as well as the underscore v. So that's pretty much it. You can run. Oh, there's an interesting here. You can run populate here on an array or just a single document as well. It also work. If you read the old documentation, it was like you can only run populate on a single document. It was like this, man. So I'm telling you this because you may run into that kind of syntax if you Google or research on the internet. It was something like populate. All right, that's one option. Another one is like something execute populate, something like that. Populate exec. I don't really remember, but it's like that. Exec, yeah, something like this. So it's very hard to use earlier, like when I first learned Mongo. It's very Mongoose is very hard to use. So now they changed to just dot populate and everything's fine. And that's the evolution of Mongoose. They keep improving. So if you can find any bugs or any suggestion, you can go to GitHub, their GitHub page, suggest them. And if you have a lot of upvotes, you're gonna be get high. Right, what's next? What is the next feature? Let me see the lab so I can see. Oh, there's one more thing. What if I want to populate from the parent? For example, from the, how do I say, from the books, I want to see all the review that belong to that books. How do I do that? I don't know if I have it in the lab here though, but let me find. So here is how you populate from the children, from the child, right? How do I say? I'm gonna show this. So this is how you populate from the child. From the review is the child. You populate the parents, right? What? How about you are showing the list of books, or just a single book, and then you want to show the reviews for that book? Another questions. Uh, so without any new knowledge, how do you do it? By code, like by logic? You can guess. And in the meantime, I'm gonna find that in the lab if I have it. All right, review create. Nothing. I want to update. Oh shit! I was thinking that I tried to avoid confusion, so I didn't have it here. So basically, you use something called virtuals. you have to use virtual in order to populate it. Right, I'm gonna show you how. So you go to Mongoose and documentations and say, I'm gonna say virtual. It's been a long time since I use it. Virtual here, populate virtual. Okay, here's how you define a schema. If you look at this schema and you define a model, right? Then you have to do something like const block first name plus last name in order to have the full name. But using virtual, you can do the same thing. You don't have to do this step after you receive the results from the query. You can actually do it inside the query. So using the virtual, meaning you create a virtual field. That field is not inside your database. You create during the query. So basically, you gonna create a new field called full name, and that field is the return the value of this function. Yes, like this. That's one way of using virtual, but we are not going to use it. We're going to use something different. I don't remember. Uh, no, not this. Let me find. Mm. So one thing I hate about the Mongoose documentation is like it's kind of messy. Like they have everything in one page. Sorry. What the hell is this? Virtual, go back. You have a couple of them. Here we go. Populate virtual. I think. Oh, right here. So you have something similar to what you have in your model. I'm gonna copy it and paste it here so that you can see easier in the reviews model. Right, in the review model, you will have something like this. So I'm gonna change this name to schema to bring schema to schema, and here's the field that you want. For example, I want to see. I'm going to create a virtual field called reviews. Right. So this field is going to be an array of all reviews that belong to the book. So I put it here, it's wrong. Cut it. Sorry. I'm going to put it here actually. All right. Inside the book, we have the schema here. These fields belong to the book, right? It doesn't belong to the reviews. It belongs to the books. And that's why we have to put it in the book schema, right? Book schema. And then I'm going to call this one a reviews. This one is reviews, and we reference it to where? Can you guess? Like guessing is a skill as well. Reading the documentation and reading guess what happened there. So basically, the model, like they have a comment here. Basically, the model that we're gonna link to, and that is the what was it? I forgot the name. Review, right? And the local field, 5 people where local field, yeah. So it's gonna be, we haven't got that field yet. So it's gonna be local field is ID, I think, and the foreign field is equal to uh, user. What's that? No, book count true only get. We don't need this line, so remove it. Right. So now we have a virtual field, and I'm gonna use it here. So now instead of query from the reviews, I'm gonna run a query on the books. So let's say const book equal. Actually, we have the book here already. So all right, doesn't matter. Let's try to do it again. Const book await, and this is gonna be books, and we're gonna find one, right? Actually, just find by ID. Find by ID, I'll explain it here so it's easier. Find by ID, and what do we want to find? We want to find using the request.book.id, and then we can populate here. Populate the field here, reviews. Right. Okay. Comma, and then I'm gonna data. Data equal to book. Sorry. So right now, if you take a look at this results, right, it's an array of reviews, an array of reviews. If I click on the send here, book's not fine. Sorry, book is not fine. Why? Book is not defined. Oh, sorry, shit. Book is not defined. It's not fine. Cause book equal to review model book, right? Again, here you go. Wait, really? I don't see anything. Is it okay? We should see the populated view here. How do we populate it? And I'm gonna go read the doc again. Something wrong here. All right, find one, and then we populate the numbers. So what's wrong here? Something wrong here is we use the wrong. The only way is we use the wrong field. For example, here as called name, and the name here is called Ben. So in the person, we put it in the band. The band they use name, yes, and that name is gonna be become different field. All right, this the examples look so confusing. Just one more this one last step, and then we are done. With reference to the reviews model, yes, the local field of this model, this schema is called name, yes. So it should be our ID. I don't know if it's underscore or not. I'm not so sure, but ID, and then foreign field is gonna be book. Yeah, book. Nothing wrong. So why is not working? Schema virtual, anything is fine. Yes. Later, and we can do dot number to see the numbers. We can do this populate user as well. Populate execute. So this is the old syntax here. Holy shit. It's still here. So execute populate. I don't know if it's still there, but let's do it. Test again. See, now it doesn't work because this one we cannot use this anymore. We don't have to use it anymore, so we don't need it. Populate reviews book file by ID. We actually have the book. Populate the reviews. How about I change this one without ID? Right. Let's test again. Test with Postman. Sorry, I haven't saved. Test. Shit. Right. We don't need this. Man, I'm gonna stuck here. I need to read the doc again. What's wrong with this? The voice schema is reviews, and reviews is linked to the review model here. And this model, we have local fields ID. This one has to be ID. And the foreign fields is gonna be book. Yes. Everything makes sense to me. And then we save the schema to our model, and everything looks fine. books by file by ID, and then we populate the reviews. Everything works fine here. Nothing wrong. That's weird. Right. Let me check this one a little bit. I don't want to waste your time watching the video and seeing my Google link or whatever. But basically, this is how we define the populate the virtual field in order to populate from the parents, right? And let's stop it. I'm gonna stop this one. Okay. Any questions about this step first? I'm gonna comment out this line and this one. There are many times you want to run a populating on the parent. Most of the time you want to run it on the children. So we use virtual to render what we show to the client. What do you mean virtual? This virtual or this virtual? Which virtual? I think shit. Let's say I have this part here. I think I don't have this part. That's why it doesn't work. I know what I'm asking about. Right, this virtual, there an article on that. Basically, it will allow you to return this one to populate those things. In order to populate, it has to be an object, a JSON object, and using this virtual syntax here, you can populate. So I forgot about it. And there's also an explanation on the lab here. If you want to look, this one is like it's quite correct. It's quite correct because there's no fixed explanation for these even in the docs. So here, organizer, if you actually do the, it's like, oh, I'm gonna explain about this before I start the video. Let me try this one and to see if it works. Right, I'm gonna try this. Save this, and this one's gonna be books. Right. Everything is fine. Right, please work. It doesn't make any sense if it doesn't work. I'm gonna send again. Now here we go. Holy shit! Because of that, I forgot to put in the to JSON and to object. So basically, without this, we cannot use it because we want to use the virtual. So we need the virtual here, right? We need to give it an option to populating the virtual using these two methods. Right. Let's take a look at the result here. In this result, you see the reviews, right? You see all the reviews here, and here. Right? You have the reviews. Which see this is a what do I say? This is a virtual field. I forgot. It's a virtual field, and in this virtual field, we will populate information, the data from the review collections. And if we want to do more things, if we want to populate more, we can do populate. Where is it? We can do populate review dot more dot something more. It's okay. It still work, but I advise not to populate too deep, because when you populate, it's gonna slow down your database. It's gonna give a stress on your database. So try to use less populate as less as possible. Right? Question. So we use that to show the client on book. There are two virtual here, a virtual with S and a virtual without S. Are you talking about this, or are you talking about this? This is we create a kind of like a temporary field, a temporary or virtual field. Right. So what does mean when we use this word dot populate? We are trying to run a special field with what if I don't have this, and you should see a virtual field here. I don't know. I'm not so sure. Let's run it. No, see, you don't see it. If you want to show it, you have to do populate the fields, and when you do populate the field, you will see the fields here. And this field is defined by this function here, this object here. Actually, this is another function, but you can make it object, right? Kind of clear. Sorry, I forgot this part. I forgot to put in the options. All right, and exactly here, if you look, if you read the documentation, you may find something like this, and that's kind of old. We don't use it anymore. We don't have to. We don't have to use it, right? I'm gonna close it. Okay, any questions? I already show you two way. One way to define the model. Yes, the model here. So basically, you use this. You use the type instead of, for example, object or an array. Now you use type is object ID, and then you have to give it a reference where this ID, like where does it belong to? It belongs to the model called book, right? The string here has to be exact as the name here that you name it when you create the model, right? And then you require true, yes, and then you should have the options here. This is the option that telling the mongoose that we're going to use the virtuals. And in here you also have a option here that you're going to use the virtual, and here is how you create the virtual fields. The virtual fields in the virtual field you will have three arguments, three properties. You may have the one more thing is like count, for example, true, right? So basically, if you have count equal true and you send it, you only see the length of the array. The length of the array. See, there are two reviews in that, but we don't want to show them all. We just want to show the number. So we have count true. Cool. And if we don't want to show the number, instead we want to show the content. We don't need that count true, right? And here, the reference here is where we point this field, the reviews to. We point to back to this collection or this model. And we have a local field. Local field, there's a comment here. It's very confusing. It's very hard to remember the local field and the foreign field. But just think of it like, okay, local field is where we start from, right? We start from the ID of this collection of this document. I mean, the ID of this document is hidden. Actually, Mongoose create for us, and the field is called underscore and ID, right? And the foreign field is where it point to, or where it is called. Okay, it is called here. It is stored here. So the book here is the foreign field. In SQL, they call it local key and foreign key, but here we call it local field and foreign field. All right, and then we just populate like how we did earlier. That's pretty much it. Questions? Young have a question about the child populate. Can you explain again about local? Okay.
So I have a question, Pa.
Yes.
So if you use the schema there, so then you can see the list with the book information and the review information with the array, right? If you use the schema virtual.
Yeah, we are creating a virtual field.
So then if we don't use the schema virtual there, But then if we use the on the review controller, if we use const reviews await that part, the part you comment, if we just use that part, we only can see the review that belong to the book, but not the book information together. Is that
Mm,
right?
yeah, but that means you have to do it manually every
Mm.
time you want to call, and you
Every
have
time when I want to see the book information together, right?
yeah, every time you have you run a query, you have to do it like
Mm.
manually. And the virtual here is like it's so convenient that you just define it once and then dot populate and you have everything.
Mm. Okay,
So
clear.
this is how the relationship work in SQL. It's much easier to use in SQL,
Mhm.
but in NoSQL, the relationship, the referencing is kind of harder, more difficult to use. So basically, this is how we use it. At first, I was like, "What the hell? Why is it so hard to just get in the related documents?" But here it is. Right. Any questions? Sorry for missing this part. This option that's confusing. What the hell? I did it correctly according to the docs. Right? If you take a look at the doc, really, uh, where is it? I don't know. Yeah, it's right here in the doc. If you take a look at the doc doesn't have that kind of setting at all. That's bullshit. Bad docs. Yeah, that's why you have to read the doc and you have to do more, not just reading. And the doc is not always right. And I can tell, like I have told you many times ago, like even the docs on the homepage is wrong. When you go to React Bootstrap and you read the doc on how to like install it, it's wrong right on the first page, and you ran into problem without like what the hell happened. I follow everything in the doc, so yeah. So the docs, there's something missing in the docs, and poof. But I bet I will forget about it just tomorrow. Right? Any different questions? Man, like it's not a doc. Like it's kind of like when I look at this JSON here. How do I say? It? It's in the user. No, on the genre, on the reviews. I saw the virtual here, and I was saying, okay, if I follow anything from the docs, why doesn't show up? If it doesn't show up, why didn't like throw any errors? Yeah, no error. And then you have to figure out like I did try, actually I did try when I first learned it. I tried a lot about this. I changed it to true, I changed this one to false, anything. I try everything here, and they all produce different results. Holy shit, they are all different, and you have to be careful on this. They are all different if you change just one boolean. It doesn't happen right away, but when you do additional stuff and you see, holy shit, why is it different? Like it's like that. So that's why I actually don't like Mongoose, to be honest. Comparing to SQL, I don't really like it. I like how the database work, but I don't like the syntax for Mongoose syntax. Especially when I first learned it, it was like this. There's more something more like populate and execute populate. That makes me confused, really. Right. Anything else? Can look so serious. uh, oh shit, Joris is not here. Hello, if there's no question, I'm gonna stop this one and right.